What's going on, guys? coverkillernation here with another 2011 album review release. And this one's going to be End Time, the entire album this time, by Brutal Truth. Now, Brutal Truth is a grindcore band, or a grind band, whichever that you wish to distinguish them as. They've been around for quite some time. They were one of the pioneers of this genre. Then they weren't doing anything for a while, starting in about the year 1999, and have been releasing albums since the year 2006, including one that was released in 2009. And now, this is an album that I really don't need to review with a lot of detail. At least the first 21 tracks, that is. Mainly because, if you're a fan of Brutal Truth, or if you're a fan of grind music in general, this is kind of business as usual for this particular band. This is 21 tracks where you have everything, all of the staples, all of the classic markings of a Brutal Truth record. You have socially conscious lyrics. You have very short songs. You have some songs that are a little bit, well, not so short, but you also have 5-second long songs, and you have a lot of just ambient noise at some junctures, as well as some of the quickest music that you'll ever find. And whenever I say 5-second long songs, I'm not fucking joking. However, Control Room, track number 22, is a song where I actually really want to focus this review. Because, as I said, the first 21 tracks, business as usual, not really going to make or break this album. Track 22, a little bit different. Track 22 could actually make or break the album if you're one of these people that want a complete and total album of greatness. Mainly because this is a song, this is a track that is 15 minutes long in length. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, it's probably just one of those things where the track itself is 1 minute. Then there's about 13 minutes worth of silence, and then you get a 1 minute long bonus track. No. Control Room is not that kind of beast. It's something completely different. In order to do this, I really need to take you back to the past. I need to educate you guys, give you guys a little bit of music history. And I'm going to do that right now. In the early 1970s, Lou Reed, who is going to be doing a collaboration album with Metallica, that will be released in the very, very late stages of October, executed and released an album, a double LP at that particular time, which was entitled Metal Machine Music. Now, what this was just the ultimate anti-album. If you really want to know where noise, where drone, where just what the fuck music really originated, this is really your inception point. This is the album that everybody should really refer back to. This was considered to be commercial suicide for Lou Reed. Because essentially what he did was he just collected a bunch of noises from feedback, from tuning, from guitars, and just pasted it all together. And was like, here you go. It's considered to be one of the most unlistenable albums of all time. It's considered to be one of the most random, acid trippy, just brain fuck albums of all time. It's one of those albums that you listen to and you want to go batshit insane. Control Room reminds me a lot of a very organized, a very structured, basically take Metal Machine Music and give it a little bit of a flow, still have it just be like a what the fuck type track. And you essentially have Control Room. Control Room feels to me like they're channeling back Lou Reed's Metal Machine Music. And the funny thing is that I sat there and I listened to all 15 minutes of this song. Just like I had sat through all 60 minutes plus of Metal Machine Music. Now, the difference is that with Metal Machine Music, I left that experience feeling like I was accomplished. But at the same time feeling like I just wasted an hour. Because there are some parts of that album that are decent. There are some parts of that album that could be considered genius, but most of it's just noise. Most of it is just decorated flowered noise. Feedback noise. Now, as far as Control Room is concerned, it was actually a listen that was somewhat bearable. It was a tolerable listen mainly because there was a little bit of an idea, a little bit of a core concept, and the representation of it was just basically a glorified jam session. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm cool with that. This is something, though, that I think a lot of people are going to refer to as the what the fuck moment. Now, on the 22-track album, this really shouldn't damage the score all that much, mainly because the 21 tracks that precede it are Brutal Truth staples. They're the things that Brutal Truth fans come to expect and come to love and already do. However, I think for some fans this is going to be seen as an experiment just gone wrong, or an experiment that maybe they should teeter with a little bit, or fuck around with a little bit, or do something with. I think it was kind of a neat little thing to include, and if they weren't really insinuating or trying to really pay tribute to Metal Machine Music by Lou Reed, I'm drawing my own conclusion, and that makes it all the more interesting, not to mention all the more impressive of a thing. So overall, I would say that End Time, business as usual. A nice solid 8.25 out of 10. Now, Control Room, though, I gotta say was ambitious. Something that really I didn't expect. It came out of left field, and it took me by surprise. So, I give Brutal Truth a lot of credit for this. And for those of you who really want to mindfuck, go listen to Metal Music Machine. Or Metal Machine Music. Whatever. For those of you who want grind with an aspect of Metal Machine Music, listen to End Time by Brutal Truth.